we can be discretionary, meaning that we can turn on our broker hat when it's time to turn on our broker hat. And we can, turn our investor hat on when it's time to turn our investor hat on.
Do larger deals. Let's break that down a little bit because I'm sure you got the name capital in there, so I'm thinking capital is going to have something to do with it. So when I hear a capital advisory firm, and I know that's not how you presented yourself, but that's how we had a little bit of context. Are you the one brokering, or it's asset-based lending? Like, help us out here for those who are completely new to this. We're assuming this is commercial, these are bigger units, but maybe it's not. So tell us what's in scope, what's not in scope, so we can really understand how you can serve the community.
Yeah, so our real sweet spot is commercial real estate. So I do help. It's definitely term commercial and capital advisory, meaning that we don't like to put ourselves in one box. Most people can either be a lender or they can be an investor. A lot of firms can't do both. And so reason we're capital advisory is because, we can be discretionary, meaning that we can turn on our broker hat when it's time to turn on our broker hat. And we can, turn our investor hat on when it's time to turn our investor hat on, or we can turn our consulting hat on when it's time to turn our consulting hat on. There's not one way to get a deal done. It's multiple ways to do it. And sometimes, you can use a capital advisory firm such as Aparti Capital, where we can sit down and say, okay, do you want us to broker this out? I mean, do you just want straight debt? Do you want, preferred equity? Or can we mix the stack up to where it's in your best interest? Because there's more than one way to get a deal done. And most people go traditional 75-25. That's what I want. But there's so many different layers in the capital stack, so many different ways you can stack it, so many different ways you can get things together, and you don't even realize it's available to you. And that's where we come in and say, okay, we'll be the direct lender on this, or we're not interested in it, but we know a couple guys in our pipeline who may be interested in it. And we'll act as your broker to go and get you the best rates. It just depends on the opportunity. It depends on the deal. And it depends on, the commercial real estate sponsor.